Hey, I'm back again. When you come in, make sure you like, subscribe, update, hit the notification bell, and share this video. On this episode right here, I'm about to give y'all an update on the coronavirus. I know this is not one of no popular topics that you'll see on YouTube, but I've been talking about this ever since last week when they just said it was a few people and how the CDC was at three different airports: New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco. But now Atlanta been added to that airport where the CDC gonna be at. And then more people have passed away, more people have died from the coronavirus. And more cities and they have added major cities in China on lockdown. Nobody get in, nobody get out because of the coronavirus. And they said more people wearing masks across China because of the coronavirus. Okay, here you go. This is a live update from the New York Times about the coronavirus. It said travel restriction imposed on Wuhan was extended to at least four more cities. At least 18 people have died and more than 600 have been sickened by the mysterious illness. They said right now, authorities confirmed the first death outside of the virus epicenter in a province more than 600 miles to the north. The patient died in the provinces of Hebei. It's Hebei. It's Hebei. More than 600 miles north of the city where the outbreak began. After contracting the new coronavirus, the province authority announced on Thursday it was the first confirmed death outside of the virus epicenter. So the victim was an 80-year-old man who had lived in the city of Wuhan where the outbreak originated for more than 2 months, according to Hebei Province Health Department. Wuhan is a major port city of 11 million in the province of Hebei, where all of the 17 previous reported deaths had taken place. The victim died on Wednesday, but officials did not confirm that he had died of the coronavirus until Thursday. The Hebei province announcement said. The announcement did not say when the man had returned to the Hebei province from Wuhan, but said that he had developed chest tightening and difficult breathing after his return. Like many other confirmed victims of the virus, he appeared to have other underlying health issues. After being admitted to a hospital, he also was treated for high blood pressure, chronic bronchitis, and emphysema, the authorities said. The authorities suspended travel from more cities affecting millions. They said the authorities expanded travel restrictions to several Chinese cities near Wuhan hours after the announcement that the death toll and the numbers of cases have risen sharply. Currently, at least 18 victims have been confirmed dead and more than 600 affected. They said the restriction on train and other form of travel will apply to tens of millions of people and come just days before the Lunar New Year holiday, when hundreds of millions of people travel around and out of the country. The Chinese authority, the Chinese authorities on Thursday morning closed off Wuhan by canceling flights and train leaving the city and suspended buses, subways, and ferries within it. Later on Thursday, the local authorities also announced that they would suspend for hire vehicles and impose limitations on taxis beginning at noon on Friday. Oh, I don't want to be. I told y'all, man. I told y'all last week when I said the CDC will go into the airport. This problem is way larger than they saying it is. I said, the CDC normally don't send their people out unless they see this as a health emergency. So with them now being at more airports in the United States, and last week, yeah, or earlier this week, the first case was confirmed in the United States in Washington D.C. Wait, not Washington D.C. I think it was Washington State. I think it was Washington State, and they're gonna spread around the world easily. The people be in and out of China doing business all the time for different countries. Mm. They said by ending official plans to close off Hungang. It's Huanggang, a city of 7 million, about 30 miles east of Wuhan. Shut rail stations in the nearby city of East Ho is EZHOU. It's about 1 million residents and imposed travel restrictions on the smaller city, Chabi and Zanzan as well. In Hungan, public transportation and departing trains stopped at midnight. Residents will not be allowed to leave the city without special permission. According to a government statement, all rail stations were to be closed. Separated the province authorities in Hubei announced late Thursday some restrictions from the entire province, not just special city which in Wuhan. Travel agents are prohibited for taking customers and organization tours, for example, and business trips are being suspended. It says schools throughout the province, from the kindergarten through college, will not resume classes until after the Lunar New Year holiday. I know I'm a small YouTuber. Uh, I would. I'm a small. I'm a big person that do YouTube videos, and like I told y'all, like we seen this story so many times about if the CDC is showing up as a problem now, and they said this problem been going on since in 2019. I know 2019 just ended, but it's been going on since November 2019. And they now just making it a big deal. Not in some cases, they think this is too late now. There's gonna be a full-fledged outbreak of coronavirus. There's gonna be a full-fledged outbreak of the coronavirus, and they say it's gonna be hard to contain it because I already left. Cause I think in Australia they had their first confirmed case of a businessman that came from that city in China. Wuhan. Oh, a minute. Oh, my ass hurt. I'm back. I'm sorry about that. But in Australia, they said they had their first confirmed case of the coronavirus. Now, also, like I said, in the United States, they had their first confirmed case of the coronavirus. And you know, mm, they said the new virus, which first emerged at the end of December, has sickened people in Taiwan, Vietnam, Japan, Thailand, Singapore, South Korea, and the United States. Don't take much to spread. I could have swore they said it was someplace in Australia was affected by it too. I guess I was wrong. It had raised the specters of a repeat of the SARS epidemic, which broke out in China in 2002 and 2003 and spread rapidly while officials ascribed the seriousness of the crisis. The virus eventually killed more than 800 people worldwide. They said roughly 30,000 people fly out of Wuhan on an average day, according to air traffic data. Many more leave using ground transportation like train and cars. The city is a hub of industry and commerce in central China, home to the region's biggest airport and deepwater port. In Beijing, the government said it would cancel large public gatherings for the holiday, including fairs and temples that usually draw shoulder-to-shoulder crowds. And the Forbidden City, a popular tourist attraction in the heart of the capital, will close starting on Saturday. Across from one on Thursday, residents, some wearing masks, some sniffing or coughing, visit hospitals and clinics seeking treatment. In interviews with the New York Times, some said they was angry about the sudden lockdown. Others said they was confused by the restriction. See, that what happened when the government don't tell you nothing. The people in China in the towns who getting locked down, they're not being informed of what's going on. People, just like they were trying to do with the CDC in American airports, they taking a major step in locking down large cities with 11 million people in it, or more people in it. They said outside of Wuhan, number 3 hospital, Yin Lin, she said she had come to the hospital to see if a sniffing cold she had might be the coronavirus. She said that after a quick check, the doctor told her not to worry, but she was not reinsured. Because you can't be reinsured. I feel you, monkey. I feel you, man. God, I'm one of them people. I'm a conspiracy person. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy person. I just see through the red tape. Yeah. Cause I did a video earlier this week on coronavirus. And the people in Europe believe that it's in the thousands of people who've been affected by the coronavirus, not the numbers that China giving out. So it's crazy around here. They said outside of Warren, okay, that's I read that. They quote, they said it was just a common cold and told me to get some medicine and go home. Mrs. Yang 28 said, but how am I to know? They didn't even take my temperature. It's just not responsible. Anytime the patient is concerned more than the doctor, she know her body. Mrs. What her name was again? Mrs. Lean, she know her body. She know it been. She feeling different. She know this is not the cold that she normally catch. She know this is a different type of cold right here. But so the outbreak is testing on healthcare system. Yeah, that's true, monkey. It's so true. They said the outbreak is testing one healthcare system. Several one residents said on social media website that they had gone from the hospital to hospital, waiting in lines for hours, only to be sent home with medicine and instruction to seek further treatment later if the symptoms keep going for a few days. I hope not. I hope not. Cause people over here in the United States dying from the flu. So if the coronavirus is like they say it are, I hope not. I think the best thing they're doing now is shutting down these cities to keep them from flying for other places. Because if they don't, the United States or other countries gonna start putting a ban on which countries can fly inside here, as long as this virus going on. Right now, the United States downplaying this thing. They downplaying it. They ain't too many reports going out from it. You know, you hear them talking more about President Trump impeachment than this worldwide outbreak. It's worldwide. Okay, it crossed the water now with that person over in Washington State. Then it seemed like almost every Asian country it has spread there. So yeah, mm-mm. It's a Chinese Minister of Finance said on Thursday that it would advocate 1 billion yen, or about that's $144 million of our money, to official in Hubei to fight the virus. But how can they fight the virus when they don't know how the virus came about? I know they're saying in the United States they got three different places that are trying to develop a vaccine for the virus, but they said if they do develop it, and after all the tests, it won't be ready to next year. They said the government did not fulfill its duty. There were Du Hanwang is Hanrong. I know I'm butchering their name, but I'm getting close as I can. It's Hanrong, 56, a retired who retired said by telephone. They just are doing things hastily and careless. Doctor told some patient that there was a shortage of hospital beds as well as testing kits, according to a post on the Chinese social media site. Yeah, it's out now. It's out. They had a chance. They had a chance to contain this jump when they first learned about it. But they're like, nah, just go ahead and fly. Keep flying in, flying out. Because you know all about money. You know, it sound like they said, it sound like one of them business town. Well, business city where people come in and try to get their products and stuff all in and out. A doctor at the hospital in Warren University said in an interview that his hospital had set up 100 beds to receive affected patients, but that it didn't have enough protective materials such as masks, suits, and for the medical staff. And Warren, Miss Yang said that while she was in the pharmacy buying medicine, another person complained that he thought he had the coronavirus, but he had not been isolated. The city medical system, especially smaller hospitals, seemed unprepared for the influence of patients, she said. She said, I'm willing to accept that we have to stay in warm. And then she said, okay. But the medical care needed to keep us, she said, shouldn't tell us we can leave. Wait, she says, yeah, you shouldn't tell us we can't leave and then give us a second-rated medical care. She said that's unfair. And we know China is not going to accept visitors, too many visitors, until it get too bad. If it get out of their control, then they're gonna start accepting CDC and other government agents around the world seeking help. Cause you know China, they want to be known as the country that can take care of itself instead of seeking help. They said China Health Commissioner, which has tight control news about the toll of the outbreak, released on Thursday, is most in the most detailed list of the people who have died of the disease. They said the first 17 people are largely older men, many with underlying health problems. All died in the Hubei province, which included the city of Wuhan. The first confirmed death was a 61-year-old man who sent to a hospital in Wuhan on December 27, weak with a fever and a cough. He was transferred to another hospital as his condition worsened, and he was later attached to a machine that helped oxygenate his blood, but he died on January the 9th. 12 of the 17 deaths in the Hubei were also men and 4 women, officials said. The youngest victim was a 48-year-old woman identified only by her Sharia name, like Ying, who died on Monday. The oldest was the two 89-year-old men. Separated on Thursday, the health authorities in Hubei province to the north of Hubei province announced that an 80-year-old man there had died, bringing the death count to 18. Many of the victims has underlying conditions like liver, hypertension, diabetes, and Parkinson's disease. Most has gone to the hospital with a fever and a cough. Thought at least 3 had no fever when they were admitted, according to the health commission. Okay, okay. My tin hat is on. My tin hat is on. Do do you believe? Do you think China is using testing disease out on older people? Cause it's other people. Yeah, China is now on lockdown. That's true. But it's older people. It's the only people dying from this disease. Do you think China now just testing this disease out, this new weapon out on older people? But what they fail to realize that the weapon is person to person. They ain't know it's gonna be person to person. I know it might sound strange to you. I know it might don't be truthful. But now I'm thinking that the coronavirus was created inside of doing a laboratory. They try to say from meat, from meat, seafood, but they ain't telling us what kind of meat they talking about. They ain't telling about no what kind of seafood they talking about. What you think? You think I'm crazy? Leave a comment below if you think I'm wrong, or if this one of the theories that you didn't think about but it sound pretty much correct. Cause as y'all know, But as y'all can see, I'll just be trying to fill in all the little holes that they leave open. You know, they're not telling us everything. Because once they tell us what meat, what seafood, come on, man. We eat meat and seafood in the United States. Tell us what meat and seafood not to eat. Is you saying it come from one of those things? Nope. I still believe. I think this is a laboratory-made disease, virus. They're testing that on old people, and they forgot, and they're just learning that it can become person to person. That's just my theory. I could be wrong. There's a great chance I might be wrong. But that's just my theory. And so while a full picture of the virus is still unknown, medical experts found positive signs in the fact that the disease did not appear to be killing young and otherwise healthy people. I had to laugh at that part, man. They feel positive. They find this a good sign that the disease is not killing younger, otherwise healthy people. So are they going to rename the coronavirus the elderly killer? Sound like a conspiracy to me, man. More and more I read it, sound like a conspiracy. Do y'all think China trying to kill off their old people? And they made a mistake and they ain't do too much research and found out it's person to person. It's just my theory right there. If Einstein can have a theory, I can have a theory too. Oh man, let me readjust this thing. My butt don't start hurting. I guess that's why I do it in softer area. But yeah, it sounds like a doing. I don't know. I can come up with so many darn theories. Let's see, the majority of the fatal cases are elderly, you know, or have a chronic disease that will increase their suspect. God damn, it ain't coming out. Infection disease. Dr. W. Nipkin at a Mailman School of Public Health at Columbia University in New York. In an announcement blank interview, Dr. Yin, a professional at the infection disease in Hong Kong and expert on SARS, criticized the authority and warned for acting too slowly and discrediting his effort to investigate the outbreak. Dr. Wong, who helped successfully identify the coronavirus that caused SARS during the 2002 and 2003 outbreak in China, told Influence Chinese magazine that he was deeply frustrated by the city government response to the spread of the virus. This man is an expert right here. And he said he was deeply frustrated by the city government response to the spread of the virus. He and his team had visited Wuhan on Tuesday, hoping that they would track the animal that was the source of the coronavirus, but were shocked to find the resident at the market was not taking any precaution or wearing masks. No special measure was in place at the airport to disinfect the surface and floors either. This showed that the city government was being complacent despite the urgent order handed down by Beijing, he said. He quote, I thought at the time we had to be in a state of war, but how come the alarm has not been raised? He's a poor citizen. They were still preparing to ring in the new year in peace and had no sense about the epidemic. He also criticized the local authority for disinfecting the market where many infected has been traced to, saying that He said, saying that made it difficult for researchers to investigate where the virus came from. He said, I consider myself a veteran in battle. He said, citing his experience with the bird flu, SARS, and other outbreaks, but with the Wuhan pneumonia, I feel extremely powerless. Mm, mm, mm. Then what happened? This what happened, and some people don't know the news, don't look at the news, and they just go by their day-to-day business and keep on doing what they're familiar with. That's what I'm saying. They keep saying it come from a meat and seafood, like this authority said, like this man said, the expert in SARS and other kind of outbreak. They not telling them what meat it come from. That's why I keep on saying. That's why I said this is laboratory made disease. And don't got away from them. That's the only thing I said. All right. Now I'm gonna call this the old folk killer. Cause they're saying nothing but old people have died from the disease right now. And they're glad it haven't killed the youth and the healthy people. So this is a lab made disease, man. China testing chemical, I mean not chemical, virus warfare. At least that's what my opinion is. You have a different opinion, just tell me. He also criticized the local authority for oh my bad. I had went back up, start reading that. It said coronavirus are named for the spike that patrolled from their membranes, which resembles the sun corona that can affect both animals and people and cause illness of the respiratory system, respiratory tract, regaining from the common cold to severe conditions like SARS, which sickened thousands of people around the world and killed nearly 800 during the 2003 outbreak. As the symptoms of the infection include a high fever, difficult breathing, and long lasting. Minor cases may resemble the flu or bad cold, making it detection very difficult. The incubation period, the time from the exposure to the onset of the symptom, is believed to be about 2 weeks. Ah, see, that's why they downplaying the number. Do they have enough room to incubate everyone? Like I read earlier in the article, they were saying this lady was saying that she felt like she had the coronavirus, but they just gave her some medication, told her to get some medication and go home. Like one doctor said, they don't have enough equipment, the mask and all that kind of stuff to protect his staff. Mm. It's a little is known about who is most at risk. I told you who is most at risk. The old people are most at risk. They said the younger person who died from was 48, and saying the rest of people been like in the 70s and the 80s. They said some of the 18 patients have died, also suffer from other illness. They wrote there is a growing concern that the Chinese authorities are unreporting the numbers of people who are all ill with the virus. Yeah, like I told you, and early this week about the coronavirus, they already had believed there were more thousands of people affected by this virus, and after this week, now they're saying 600. So I guess we got to say 3,000, something like that. You got to multiply with China. You got to multiply with China. You can't do no adding and none of that stuff. It's a related. A patient said that some hospital scrap from resource as they deal with any of the patient or turning sick people away or refusing to test them for the coronavirus. Many people remain skeptics of the government officials' status. with memories of the effort to cover up the severity of the SARS outbreak in 2003 still fresh. Yeah, y'all got to the point they don't trust the government no more. They believe the government is lying. You know they lying about the number, because you just ain't gonna come up with an even 600. You know. So like I said, China, you got to multiply it by 5. So every city on name that they said been affected, and the least amount of people were 1 million. They call that the small city. Then they had cities 11 million. Now they in Shanghai and all that kind of stuff. The number's great. It's growing. It's growing. And then you're sending sick people home. Come on, China, you got to do better than this, man. Efforts and help. Your people don't need your pride. They need some help. And this Western influence that y'all so afraid of, shit, get that help, man. They said the hospital workers treated his stepmother as if she had the coronavirus, wearing hazmat suit. After she died, the hospital instructed the family to cremate the body immediately. They said that after her death, doctor informed the family that they suspect his stepmother had the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. They quote, I am very sad. Wait, I am very sad my stepmother left without a dignity. Mr. Hughes said during an interview this week in a cafe in Warren. There was no time to say goodbye. It's more to this article, and it's the same thing. The people is not trusting the government. The government is not getting the hospital enough equipment to deal with this virus. The hospital turning people away because they don't have no room. Because one hospital said they got 100 beds dedicated to the coronavirus, and they still say they ain't got no room. You know this junk up in the thousands. People being turned away, sent home back to their family to affect them. They don't have no kind of medicine to deal with the coronavirus. The coronavirus have reached multiple countries in Asia, and they're not giving. They just saying they reach the people in Asia. They haven't released the death toll of the people in other countries in Asia. Coronavirus don't reach in the United States. CDC, the CDC is guarding most of the airports coming in international flights. They scanning them, checking their body temperature, see they have fevers or anything. I know I keep saying the same thing. We don't seen this movie before. We all don't seen this movie about the outbreaks and contamination, and that they don't have enough resource for the outbreak. People dying, people being cities being locked down. This straight out the movie. You know, the movies don't make this. Whole city being locked down. You can't go nowhere. Stop traveling. No airplane coming in or going out. No trains. They cutting down the rail system. They're cutting out cars leaving the city. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. And if China actually give us information, we all gonna learn this was a doing man-made virus. Come out one of those laboratories. Man, hey, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for taking your time to listen to me read and give my opinion about what's going on. But I'm gonna keep updating about this coronavirus. Because some people, you know, when I'm reading, I'm giving y'all my opinion. But at the same time, I'm reading, trying to get facts what's going on too. So as you come in, as you if you look back into all the way to the end, I want you to do just subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can like, you can dislike, I don't care. I just want you to look at it. Now, I'm giving you my opinion, but I'm also giving you some of the professional people opinion too. I know I messed up on some of the city's name, but I I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So thank you for watching, and I'm gonna do my best to do another video. I'm about to run out and go pay a bill real quick. Now I'll talk to y'all later. All right, later.